the attack of a poltergeist. What supernatural force is hunting a young woman in her own apartment? Can the psychics deal with it? Don't miss out. The psychics are to face an entity they've never seen before. You are watching Psychic Investigations, a project of exclusively true and astonishing stories. People who call themselves clairvoyants investigate tangled criminal cases and shocking mystical anomalies. A typical two-room apartment in one of Kiev's neighborhoods. It belongs to this 29-year-old beauty, Irina Tyshchenko. However, for the past 3 months, she's been too scared to even approach her own home.
Something lives here. It's some kind of invisible entity, and it scares me so much that I'm starting to worry for my life.
It all began 2 years ago. One night, Irina woke up to a strange noise.
Like someone was scratching the door with claws from top to bottom.
At the time, Irina didn't think much of it. But a month later, she saw something that made her heart sink.
I saw a little boy sitting in the armchair, and as I looked, he seemed misty, almost translucent.
Terrified, Irina ran out of the room and started reciting prayers. It took her an hour to gather the courage to return. By then, the figure was gone. But the next night, something even more horrifying woke her up.
It was hairy. Its face looked like a wolf's.
Irina screamed in fear, and the strange creature disappeared. Frightened, she called her mother, who lives with her husband in another part of the city.
She said, "Mom, it's like something is trying to force me out of the apartment. It won't let me live here."
Genuinely terrified for her daughter, the mother took her to see a psychiatrist, but he assured them that Irina was completely sane. The medics couldn't explain anything, so the women immediately had the apartment blessed. Nothing changed, though, but it got even worse.
I constantly look over my shoulder because I feel like something is standing behind me or watching me. It's terrifying.
But the final straw came 4 months ago. Irina dozed off in the afternoon, and when she woke up, she couldn't get out of bed.
I was paralyzed. It felt like my body was pressed with a concrete slab. I couldn't move at all. Whatever I did, I failed to get up. Then I touched my face, thinking, "Oh my God, what happened?" And then I saw my hands were covered in blood.
Barely gathering her strength, Irina got up, went to the mirror, and froze in shock. Her face was covered in blood. Her mother is beside herself with worry. She convinced Irina to move in with her because she's afraid of losing her daughter.
It's terrifying.
What strange phenomena are occurring in this ordinary apartment, and why are they threatening its owner? To find out, Irina decided to ask an Azerbaijani psychic, Khayal Alekperov, for help. He happened to be in Ukraine, and so immediately began the investigation.
What's happening in her home is connected to a force that only exists in Slavic lands. I saw there was no such thing in my homeland, so I asked Hala Polishchuk to help me with this investigation.
When she learned that her colleague needed her help, Hala Polishchuk hurried to Kiev.
Khayal. Hello.
Hello, Hala. While working with the photo, I got a strange image. I saw a mosque I'd once visited during a pilgrimage. It's in Turkey, but I can't figure out how this is connected to Irina.
On the train, I saw, for some reason, not her, but a boy, a school-aged boy lying as if tied up. And above him, there was a man holding something sharp and stabbing him repeatedly. Everything was covered in blood. I felt that the man was possessed by the devil himself.
But what does this mean? Could it be that the boy was once killed in the apartment where Irina lives? And is that why strange and frightening events keep happening there? The psychics went to the address Irina had given them and arrived there half an hour later.
So this is the place. Let's go.
No one has lived in this apartment for 3 months. Irina is too terrified to enter. However, to help the psychics uncover the reasons behind the strange occurrences, she summoned the courage to cross the threshold of her home once more.
Hello? Please come in. I can't live in my own apartment. I desperately need you to help me.
Can we take a look around?
Yes, of course, go ahead.
I feel water pouring.
There was water in the hallway. And in the kitchen, right here.
This happened about 3 months ago. When Irina woke up one morning, she found small puddles of unknown origin all over the apartment. She tried to find a logical explanation, suspecting a pipe burst or a leaking faucet. She called a plumber, but he found nothing wrong whatsoever. But how is it even possible?
Tears. You sleep there, but here, someone is sitting and crying.
Who is the clairvoyant referring to? Who cries at night in Irina's apartment? After all, she lives alone.
Let's start by tuning in to you. As soon as I touched you, I got an image. I see a little girl weeping. The girl, it's you. Your father left the family. You were little when he abandoned you.
My parents divorced when I was 10.
Irina's father left the family for another woman.
Mom divorced him. His true nature was revealed. He had been cheating on her with another woman.
Since leaving his family, the man hasn't visited his daughter even once. Irina recalls crying almost every night, thinking he abandoned the family because of her.
I feel like you lived in a small space with your mother. A tiny room, right?
We lived in a dormitory.
Irina's father worked as a mechanic at a factory. The company provided him with a room in a dormitory, and the family waited 10 years for their turn to receive a 2-room apartment. But when the time came, the man left his wife and child, transferring the apartment to his name. Irina and her mother stayed in the cramped dormitory room.
Your father betrayed you, leaving you to fend for yourselves. Your mother worked tirelessly to feed and clothe you.
Irina's mother is a hairdresser. She worked hard to provide for her daughter. Irina recalls her mother rarely being home, taking extra shifts and more clients to earn extra income.
It was very hard for her. She was alone.
But later it seems your mother started her own business.
Soon, Irina's mother opened her own hair salon. The business turned out to be profitable, and she immediately began saving for a new home.
At that moment, I saw an image of Irina and her mother sitting together, carefully choosing an apartment. The neighborhood they wanted to live in was very important to them.
Indeed, Irina and her mother chose the apartment prudently, as it was their dream to have their own home. They bought this one.
The dream came true. We could finally live normally, like everyone else, with our own bathroom and kitchen.
A few months after the purchase, her mother met a man she fell in love with, got married, and moved in with him. Irina stayed in the apartment.
But the worst part is that your dream soon turned into a nightmare.
Yes, the nightmare of my life.
Oh, what's this?
How is this even possible?
Irina, there's some entity in the apartment and it's here right now. But I can't understand what it is. Your fear isn't unfounded. You're truly in danger.
Terrified, Irina asks the clairvoyants to go outside.
Let's go outside.
As soon as they went out, Irina received a call from her mother.
Where are you? How much longer will you be at work? When will you be home?
Her mother rushed out of work to support her daughter. The investigation goes on.
Come in.
But once the psychics entered the apartment, the lights unexpectedly went out. Hearing the commotion, a neighbor from the adjacent apartment came out. She was surprised, as her apartment still had power.
If the power goes out, it usually goes out in the whole building. They have power, right? So it's just here.
Do you have power, Nadia? But we don't. It went out suddenly. Just like that.
What do we do now? What if we can't fix it?
We spent an hour trying to resolve the electrical issue. Only after restoring the power did we continue the investigation.
I see a boy sitting here. He's dressed entirely in black. He's wearing something resembling a long robe, like those worn by church clergy. He looks about 11 years old. He's showing me an image. Many children dress the same way. Wait, this is some kind of religious school.
I see a basement. The boy is lying there. A man raises a knife and stabs him repeatedly, chopping him into pieces.
The boy was brutally murdered. How horrible. He's saying now it was a ritual. My God, what a nightmare. Who could have done it to a child?
What are the clairvoyants talking about? Could it be that a boy was murdered in the basement of this building, and his spirit is now haunting Irina?
The entire city knew of the murder. I sense fear. Nothing like this had ever happened before, but it was a long time ago.
Kayal, but it's not here. Not here.
Now I seem to see a cave. That's where the boy was killed.
For a long time, we couldn't understand the meaning of the psychic's strange visions. Irina and her mother hadn't heard of the horrific murder, but it turned out that it indeed occurred in this area in 1911, and it was a ritual murder.
The Mendel-Baylis case caused a lot of noise and resonance in 1911 to 1913. It concerned the murder of Andrei Yushchinsky.
The Baylis case was the most resonant court case of pre-revolutionary times in the then Russian Empire. The boy was a preparatory class student at the Kiev Theological School. His murder was classified as ritualistic, and Menahem Mendel-Baylis, a clerk at a factory not far from the crime scene, was accused of this heinous crime.
The body was found in a cave in the area. The case caused a stir as a ritual murder motivated by moral and religious considerations.
The suspect spent 2 years in prison before being acquitted, but the real perpetrators were never found. The case remains unsolved for over 100 years.
But what is the boy's spirit doing in your apartment? After all, he wasn't killed here. Another image. Dead bodies. Lots of them. At one moment, hundreds of people seem to be caught in a death avalanche. This is horrific. The bodies were scattered everywhere. I felt that it was some kind of tragedy in which many people died.
I see muddy water and corpses. Lots of corpses spinning around. Everything here is spinning.
You know, Hala, deaths. There was a tragedy here in the 60s. God, it was an awful mud flow. People drowned.
This happened in the 1960s. The sewage waters broke through a dam and flooded an entire neighborhood of the capital, killing many people.
Houses were completely covered with mud. It was a terrible, unstoppable flow.
Eyewitnesses claim the mud flow reached 20 meters in width and was taller than a person.
But your building wasn't affected by the flood. I still don't understand why all these souls of the deceased are in your apartment. It's just horrifying. I don't feel well. I think my blood pressure is hiked.
Kayal, do you need water?
It's unbelievable, but the psychic seems to be feeling worse and worse.
My nose is bleeding.
The last time my nose bled was when my body was paralyzed. For 3 seconds, my body felt like stone. I got up from the couch sharply, and my nose started bleeding too.
How are you feeling?
Thank you, I feel better now. I'm sorry, but it's never happened to me before. I've never seen anything like what's happening in your apartment.
But why have spirits from all over the area gathered in an ordinary apartment?
The souls we see here are being drawn into your apartment like into a black hole. Something has pulled them into your home.
It's a paralyzing fear. I'm even scared to breathe. I feel as though something is standing behind me, and I'm terrified to turn my head not to see what's there.
I feel someone's gaze on me right now. It's some entity, and it's mad. To understand what it is, I need to perform a ritual. I see an image again, the one that came to me at the start of the investigation, right after we met, Hala. I saw a mosque. I'd been there on a pilgrimage. It was in Turkey. I'd visited several places there. Wait, I think I understand what's going on. There's something from the country I'm being shown in your apartment.
Yes. We have an amulet from Turkey.
Could you please bring it to me?
But what does the amulet have to do with the horrors happening in Irina's apartment?
This is a very bad object now.
It's an amulet.
Just a gift.
It's against the evil eye. When we moved in, a friend gifted it to me.
3 years ago, Allah's friend gave her the amulet. She had indeed brought it from Turkey.
At that moment, I found it very strange that negativity was emanating from the amulet that was meant to work in a positive way. But this very amulet created the black hole, pulling all the dark and supernatural energies into the apartment.
This amulet was originally created for protection, but it only works for 1 year. Then it needs to be replaced or recharged. Otherwise, it starts to work against you.
I invited a priest here to bless the apartment. See, he blessed it. When he saw the amulet, he said, "This is devilry. Get rid of it."
And you hit it without blessing it too?
Yes,
Kayal, this object couldn't have caused this much harm on its own. But it absorbed the negative energy. This is horrible.
Yes, I see it now. It's working in reverse, like a vacuum, sucking negative energy into the apartment from all around.
This is incredible. All the horrors occurring in this woman's apartment were caused by a simple Turkish amulet that was hung in the wrong place. It's hard to believe, but Irina almost died of fear. She couldn't even get out of bed one day, and her face was covered in blood. Was this also because of the amulet?
Look, I see him.
Yes, I see him too.
Poor thing, he's scared.
Who exactly do the psychics see?
I've never seen a creature like this before. It's short, with small hands and feet, and it's all hairy. It has big eyes. It's like a little human, but it looks so exhausted.
It's a domovoi.
That's why from the very beginning of this investigation, I sensed we'd be dealing with a force specifically from Slavic lands. After all, there are no domovois in my homeland, but that creature wasn't evil. On the contrary, it was fighting the entities constantly present in the apartment. And now it barely has any strength left to fight.
It is said that every house has a domovoi, a house elf that protects the home and its inhabitants from negativity. If evil enters the home, this little creature fights until the very end to save its residents.
when the amulet started working in reverse, pulling spirits of the deceased into Irina's apartment and threatening her life. The domovoi fought them off, but it became increasingly difficult for it to repel the dark forces. Eventually, it ran out of strength, so to draw attention to the situation, it spilled puddles of water in the apartment, prevented Irina from getting out of bed, and caused her nose to bleed. The domovoi was just trying to scare Irina into taking action before it was too late. To calm this creature and recharge the amulet, I need water, as it helps cleanse energy. Done. Now you must hang this amulet in the correct place, as that's crucial for its proper function. Come with me. It must be here, on this side of the door, above the entrance. That's it. The path for dark forces is blocked, and all the negative energy is leaving the apartment.
The only thing left is to apologize to the domovoi.
A dark figure from the other side is terrorizing a mother, father, and their young daughter. Can the psychics stop the supernatural evil? Don't miss out. A shocking story of a deadly love affair will be revealed. The Shutiak family lives in this house. Oksana works at the local grocery store. Stas is a combine driver. They have a 5-year-old daughter, Vlada. Everything seemed fine in their lives until a danger loomed over the family.
I'm living in fear. When I go to bed, I see a grave and the ground. Something is pulling me down into the grave. I often have this dream.
Oksana has been suffering from the recurring awful dream for about 3 months. But 3 weeks ago, something started walking around the house at night, a human-shaped black shadow.
It stands staring at me closely.
And last week, the black phantom spoke to Oksana in a strange voice.
It's time, it said. I answered, I'm not ready to go yet. I don't want to, and turned away. I woke up screaming. I got up from the bed to phone my husband, but when I took my phone, I saw there were no numbers in it at all.
Oksana's husband was at work. Confused, she ran out of the room, wanting to escape the house, when something shoved her forcefully, like a strong man had thrown her. Oksana fainted. When she came to at dawn and picked up the phone, she saw that her husband's number was there again.
I told my husband that something was going to happen to me.
Little Vlada also started seeing someone in the house.
She wakes up at night, crying and fidgeting. I see something is bothering her.
The girl complains to her parents that a scary black phantom visits her at night. Vlada is so terrified that she only wants one thing:
a fairy so she could guard us.
I'm asking the psychics for help. Please come and help us figure this out because it's unbearably horrifying.
Such a strange dream. A car, speed, a road. A sudden screech of brakes and a scream. Glass shattering, a screech of metal. The feeling of pain. And then I see it from the side. Crumpled metal. Fire. Smoke. And under the debris lies a woman, all in white. She's like a bride. And she reaches out her hands to me from there, asking for help.
As it turned out, just a day before the psychic's visit, Oksana and her husband, Stas, barely survived a car accident. Could the psychic have sensed this?
We had a car accident.
Oksana and her husband were on their way to visit their friends, but they never made it.
A tire burst.
The car swerved.
It rolled onto the top. Its right side got completely crushed.
She broke the side window with her head and fainted for a minute. Then she came to and we crawled out of the car.
Meanwhile, Olga Kalinova phoned our office and described a woman who had been coming to her in dreams for several days. The woman resembled Oksana.
We need to save the family. A mortal danger is indeed looming over them.
Hello. Hello. Please come in.
As soon as we approached Oksana, a black sticky spot appeared behind her in midair. It seemed to be draining Oksana's life little by little.
This is where we live.
Well, you look at this adorable girl. What's your name?
Vlada.
The girl is terrified.
She sleeps badly, and she often cries in her sleep without opening her eyes.
She sees and senses something. Do you do puzzles? I have one for you. Hold it. If you like one, set it aside. Hold it. See, it's a princess's wedding. It's a couple, the groom and the bride. When the girl chose the wedding card, two ghosts of a groom and a bride immediately appeared behind her. But they looked absolutely terrifying. The bride was covered in blood, and her bones were broken. The groom was in a suit, but bones were sticking out of his body.
Go to the other room, dear. We need to talk to your mom. Oksana, I see that you once walked down the aisle. So, this isn't your first marriage. Did your first husband raise his hand against you?
Oksana doesn't like to speak of her first marriage. She met Volodya when she was 18 and fell head over heels in love. They got married, and then Vlada was born. But within a year of married life, the man changed drastically.
He would beat you.
While I was holding the baby in my arms.
After losing his job, Volodya started drinking heavily and taking his anger out on his wife.
Oksana, I sense that you blame a woman for what happened, believing she cast a spell on you.
His mother.
Yes.
His mother would blame you.
She would say it was all your fault that her son was unemployed, and she called you a bad wife. But she didn't perform any magical rituals. She simply didn't love anyone except her son.
He was really his mama's boy.
Oksana waited for her husband to finally start providing for the family for 3 long years, until her hope finally faded.
So I took my daughter, packed my things, and left him.
With your current husband, you two are like one entity.
Oksana says she finally feels happy, and she wishes to spend the rest of her life with Stas.
I feel like I'm being squeezed.
There's someone near us watching, and it's not a human. The entity is hiding somewhere around here.
Olga, let me walk around and look. Oh, ouch. It feels like someone punched me in the gut. Oh, wow.
Jana, are you all right? At some point, Jana stopped hearing anyone around her. She walked like she was mesmerized, following her pendulum, and it led her to the couple's bedroom.
Wow. Look, the chain broke and the pendulum fell and shattered. I've had the pendulum for years. Nothing like this has never happened before.
I feel something chalking me.
This is horrifying. Something exploded in the room.
Let's go. Let's go.
Everyone got genuinely frightened. Just then, Oksana's mother, Svetlana, returned home from work. Her daughter had warned her about the psychic's visit, but she didn't expect such a turn of events.
When I heard those screams, I was stunned.
Svetlana joins the investigation, and Vlada is taken away from the danger. She will stay with the neighbors. We decided to return to the house to check if there was a fire. It turned out the lamps exploded. Fortunately, nothing caught fire.
The entity chasing you is from a parallel world, and its energy seems male.
No, it's female. It's got brown eyes.
But when something chalked me in the house, I clearly felt a man's hands.
The psychics can't agree, as they both sense different things. What is this terrible entity that threatens this young family?
As soon as we went outside, spirits started gathering from all sides. There were a lot of them, and they all said they died unnatural deaths.
It feels like the entity is looking for a victim.
Is the house divided among several owners?
4 families.
Another woman from the house. The same card of death is above her. Who else lives here?
There's also Aunt Galina.
Let's go and check her.
Aita Galina. You have guests.
Galina has been living in one of the 4 parts of the house for over 15 years. Could she also be in danger?
Hello. I sense you fear for your life, too.
The fear is just wild.
This is Katya, Galina's niece. She's 23 years old, and she studies accounting in a nearby city. She often comes to visit her aunt.
You also see an entity, and it seems to be chasing you.
I can't sleep. I see a dark spot in front of me, and then the dark spot transforms into a human. It's pure terror.
Katya calls the thing she sees a dark man. She first saw him when she visited her aunt 3 months ago.
Hold up. You also see the dark man.
Yes, the dark man.
It's hard to believe, but just a few days before the psychic's arrival, Oksana indeed saw an entity resembling a man.
A man clad in all black, like a black suit, and he's tall, about 2 meters.
This is something unbelievable. 2 complete strangers see the same entity. But what's even more frightening is that it wants to kill them.
The entity, the man in black, needs both Oksana and Katya together.
So the entity needs the women, but why are other members of the Shutiak family suffering? And why is all this happening to these people?
The entity, the dark man, is here now. He's standing over there.
Olga, what's wrong?
The dark man in the black suit. He's evil and he's angry. Oh God, he just disappeared.
He's wearing a suit. A black jacket, pants, and shoes.
And his eyes are brown?
The psychics describe the man as if he's standing in front of them, but there's no one around. Who is he? And why is he so aggressive?
Is there a river nearby?
There's a river down there.
The man's spirit showed me a river. He said I should go there. It's strange. First and foremost, I feel a smell of something burned, and then I hear a scream, a piercing scream. Someone died here.
A young man. And before his death, he heard a piercing woman's scream. It was a scream from the world of the dead. Her soul took him to the other world. It seems he was struck by lightning.
He's not a drowning victim. He accidentally fell into the water. Was anyone struck by lightning here?
A man was killed by electricity.
He used it to stun fish.
God, and who are these? 2 more spirits approached us. They were hovering above the water. 2 young men. 2 more, 2 burned here terribly.
2 men who burned alive.
We spoke to the locals. It turned out that 2 years ago, 2 young men burned alive in their own house. They were sleeping, and when they woke up, the entire house was engulfed in flames. They simply couldn't escape the fiery trap.
Something caught fire from the heater. It looked like the floor caught fire.
A woman visited them before death. The woman took them.
The spirit of the woman who takes young men to the other world is in despair. She's looking for a partner for her, and until she finds one, she will continue to take men's lives.
But just a little earlier, they mentioned the dark man whom Oksana and Katya see. Then, who is the woman the psychics are talking about?
The man in black hunts for women, and the woman who screams so piercingly takes men to the other world.
These 2 entities can take not only those living in this house, they can come to anyone. The woman to any man, and the man to any woman. It's still unclear who they are and why they take lives. But they are apparently a couple that can't be together.
Let's go to the van. Here, I'm constantly being confused by these deceased spirits. Oh God, it hurts. It feels like someone is hitting me on the head right now.
Olga, have some water.
The man and woman are bride and groom. They died in an accident. Both had bad head injuries. How horrible. They take everyone to the world of the dead. They want us to find them. Or they will keep killing.
Quiet. Breathe. Take deep breaths like this. Oh my goodness, let's go upstairs. The husband and wife who never married died in the accident. She died first. She's in white, the bride-to-be, and the groom died later. And again, fire, from injuries and wounds, bleeding.
We don't recall anything like that.
It happened somewhere nearby. We need to find the place. Let's go there.
How do we find it?
The couple's spirits will give us a sign.
The psychics asked the driver to drive along the village's central street. Would they feel where the accident happened?
We're close now. Both the female and male entities are here.
Jana, yes, I see them. Pull over.
Let's go.
The spirits of the man and the woman were standing right in the middle of the road. He was in a black suit and she wore a wedding dress. But they were standing as if they didn't notice each other. There was some invisible wall between them. There used to be a road there.
There used to be a dirt road there, and this is a new one. It was built about 35 to 40 years ago.
Look, blood. Pain, fire, and death. The woman died immediately. The man stayed here alone.
Suddenly, the women remembered that, indeed, a terrible accident had happened at this very spot 30 years ago.
A couple indeed crashed here. She died, and then the man died a couple of months later.
The groom was taken to the hospital, where he eventually died after several months in a coma.
The woman whom to marry, but she didn't want to, and so she ran away.
She ran away from her initial groom with that young man.
Older villagers remember this story. The couple was head over heels in love, but the girl's parents wanted to marry her off to someone else. She ran away from her own wedding, and her lover took her in his car. However, they never reached their destination due to the crash.
The couple, who were separated forever, turned into two entities, a male and a female. Oh my. They walk around and look for each other.
Since the girl died on the spot and her lover later in the hospital, their souls got lost in the parallel world. They are like in a maze, looking for each other.
In every man, the woman's spirit is looking for her beloved, and the groom is looking for his bride in each woman. That's how they wander, taking the living to the other world. Who is he proposing to?
Me. It started like an ordinary dream. I was sitting, and he was sitting across from me on a little chair, and he said, "You will still marry me."
We need to reunite them.
Let's perform the ritual.
To connect them, we need two things. One for women and one for men.
We need a bridal wreath for the girl.
And for the man?
He's the patriarch, so we need a grain.
And sugar for the bride and the groom. So their life is sweet. Let's see. The woman is here. And the man is here too.
They finally met.
Ladies, blow out the candles. They didn't want to kill anybody. They just wanted to be happy like others. Everything will be all right now.
Thank you so much for coming.
After meeting with the psychics, the lives of these people changed. Oksana can finally sleep peacefully in her own home. A mystical force is starving a young woman and draining her life away. You will be shocked to learn the origin of this terrifying illness. Don't miss out. The psychics will reveal the story of a deadly betrayal. Alina Hetmanska contacted the psychics asking for help. She is only 25, but a rare illness, achalasia, is killing her slowly. Alina can't eat.
This is the procedure they perform on me every day. The drips are my breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
For several years now, Alina has been fed through IV drips. There is no unscarred area left on her arms due to the medical needles.
The esophagus transitions into the stomach, and in this area, connective tissue begins to form. Why it forms there remains a mystery, but this tissue keeps growing, compressing the esophagus itself.
It's the same feeling as if someone grabbed you by the throat and started choking you.
The medics are baffled as to why this disease has appeared in someone so young.
Typically, people well over 40 get this disease.
This is the unique case when the illness developed in someone that young.
And the illness is extremely rare. Only one person out of 100,000 gets it.
It all began 4 years ago, at night, when Alina saw some kind of ghost right in her room.
I woke up and saw someone staring at me.
By the next morning, Alina couldn't even swallow a spoonful of porridge.
I started eating, and it felt like it was stuck in my throat and choking me.
From then on, Alina's constant struggle for survival began. She underwent surgery to remove the excess tissue from her esophagus and widen the passage to her stomach. But after each surgery, the excess tissue kept growing back again and again.
In her case, there has been no sign of improvement.
As such, the hospital ward became a new home for Alina.
I don't know how to living, and I have no idea what will be tomorrow.
Her illness has destroyed all her hopes. I think there's no worse punishment, and I have no idea why this happened.
She's in the hospital most of the time. So many doctors have tried to cure this illness, but nothing helps.
In addition, almost every night, Alina wakes up feeling a cold breath near her.
I think there is someone here. Someone else lives here with us.
And almost every time this unknown entity appears near Alina, she nearly dies.
My blood vessels burst, and I bled. The ambulance took me to the hospital, and they supported me with IV drips.
The doctors say that while Alina's body is still young, she can hold on for a little longer. But the outlook is extremely grim. Moreover, they have forbidden her from having children.
She can't eat properly, so how will she nourish her baby? A pregnant woman must receive proper nutrition. She herself doesn't get it. If the mother doesn't receive it, the baby won't either, and it will be born unhealthy.
The psychics are her last hope.
I need you to help me. I want to live a normal life.
Our project's experts, Anna Galliers and Sofia Litvinova, immediately responded to Alina's letter. The psychics meet in the park near the hospital. There, Alina is being given another IV drip to help her stay on her feet during filming.
Sophia, a few days ago I almost died in the forest. I was visiting my friends in Ukraine. We were out of town and I had a vision. I saw a woman with long white hair. Her eyes were glassy and piercingly cold, and her eyelashes were white. She was like the Snow Queen. She was calling me somewhere and kept repeating, "I wasn't always like this." Suddenly I felt water running down my face and it was very cold. I turned around and realized I was standing in the middle of the forest. It was dark, raining heavily, and I was in just socks and a nightgown. I barely found my way back to the house. I wandered for hours. I think it has something to do with our today's investigation.
I am totally sure of that.
Hello. My name is Alina. I can't eat or even drink. I'm just dying, and it's happening quickly, and I don't understand why.
According to the doctors, Alina may live for another 3 to 4 years at most. This is so terrifying.
My name is Natalia. I'm her sister. She's the dearest person to me, and I can't imagine life without her. She's suffering, but doctors can do nothing about it.
Alina, can I hold your hand? Holding Alina's hand in mine, I had a vision. I saw her in a coffin. A girl approached her and closed the coffin lid. Someone wants her dead. It's worse than it seemed. Death could come for you very soon.
This is the worst thing ever. I can't even express it with words.
I want to live badly. I want to have children.
It's all right.
I hope so.
When I hugged you, I sensed someone else also hug you. It was clear that it was some kind of entity. It appeared quickly and disappeared just as quickly. I see a portrait, 2 people. They are of different genders. It's a young man.
My boyfriend.
This is the man who loves you madly.
I love him too.
But why are you all white?
Yes, I used to be blonde, but I dyed my hair later.
Alina realized what Sofia Litvinova was talking about. Here is the photo. It shows a happy couple, Alina and her fiancé, Denis.
Denise always supports and helps her.
Denis is currently working in Poland, doing construction works, as Alina's constant fourth nutrition costs about 800 hryvnias a day.
I constantly see the image of a strange ghost near you. It's transparent and chilling.
Sometimes it even feels like someone is sitting next to me.
You feel it in when you're home, don't you?
Yes, when I'm in my apartment, I hear footsteps, and I even hear doors knocking. Sometimes someone knocks on the door. I look through the peephole, but there's no one is there.
We need to see your place.
I invite you.
Thirteen.
And someone's death. It's somebody related to you by blood, Alina.
13 is the date of our younger sister's birth. She was 7 months old when she died.
She was born in June. On the 13th of June, 1985, I was 5 years old. And on January 24th, 1986, she was gone. I remember the photos of me holding her as a little girl.
Her spirit is crying and she's afraid for you, Alina. She says, beware of the icy girl.
Are you unwell?
Yes. I feel dizzy and it's like someone is constantly squeezing my throat.
Sounds like you're feeling what I always feel. I get dizzy. Sometimes it gets so bad that I can't see anything in front of me.
And the closer we are to your home, the stronger the feeling. Something is choking me, like it's attacking me from behind.
And my shoulders hurt a lot, even now. It feels like someone is sitting on my shoulders, and I can't shake them off, like I'm carrying someone.
It looks to be the entity. The entity I saw when we first met. And someone else hugged us.
Come in.
Over here. It feels like a magnet is pulling me. Someone tried to kill you here.
I heard it at night. Someone got up from my room and went to the kitchen. And then I found the gas turned on. When I turned it off, I felt dizzy for a whole week. I was poisoned by the gas.
This entity has a clear goal, your death. By any means. May I go into that room?
Of course, of course.
The spirit is showing me a cross and a gray bird.
There's a bird on Mom's gravestone at the cemetery.
Your mother's spirit is here.
Alina and Natalia's mother passed away 5 years ago from cancer.
Hellish pain. I'm feeling her death.
I saw Mom suffer. In the end, she simply prayed to die sooner.
For some reason, your mother feels resentment towards you, Alina. My God, I can't breathe.
Water. Water. Water.
The clairvoyant doesn't open her eyes. It takes a long time to bring her back to consciousness.
A terrible scream. I heard a woman scream and then something started choking me. I couldn't understand who the woman was. Could it have been the sister's mother? I began to suspect that she could be pulling her daughter to the other side.
Listen, I heard something crash.
Mom's photo fell.
When Anna Galliers lost consciousness, the portrait of the mother fell. But what does all this mean?
Does the photo often fall?
The glass breaks whenever we put it in the frame. That's why it's without glass. On the 40th day after she was gone, we went to commemorate her, and when we came back home, I took the photo, kissed Mom, and immediately saw cracks all over the glass. We replaced it the next day, but it cracked again. A month later, we replaced the glass again, and it cracked once more. The cracks appear right before our eyes.
Did she want to say something with this?
Her spirit can't say anything here. She constantly shows me the bird on her grave. We need to go to the cemetery where your mother is buried.
I'm shivering and cold. I'm cold all the time.
Here it is, the gray bird from my vision.
You didn't tell us all? What happened?
We didn't get to say a proper goodbye to Mom. People approached her coffin to their goodbyes. We also came up. But while I turned away, they closed the lid and started sealing it. I started shouting, "Wait! I haven't said goodbye yet!" Of course, no one listened. I really hope she's not angry with me.
But that's not why she's upset with you.
I want to see her, hug her, tell her how much I love her, but I can't.
Alina, she loves you too and says she's upset because you wanted to kill yourself.
Yes. I had thoughts of ending my life. I just don't know what will happen next. My life has turned upside down. I'm scared. I'm hungry all the time, but I can't eat.
Life is the most precious gift from God. Neglecting it is a great sin, especially attempting to end it. The spirit of the woman is trying to give us a clue about who is really killing her daughter. The spirit of your mother says, beware of the ice girl.
And the cracked glass on her portrait is also a sign. The mother is trying in every possible way to warn her daughter about the mortal danger. Her spirit suffers because she can't protect her.
The thing is that the entity was deliberately tormenting Alina. The goal the entity followed was for her to die in agony. But why?
There's a chill running through my legs, through my arms. I'm freezing, even though I'm dressed in warm clothes.
Someone's breathing in my ear.
She's standing behind you, Alina. The young woman with icy eyes and frost on her eyelashes.
Cold breath. Someone is blowing cold air into my ear. I even turned around and saw someone standing on my left side.
And she says, I haven't always been like that.
I'm constantly cold and shaking. It's so cold. No matter how well I wrap up.
She dissolved into the air. Who is she? I still don't understand why she's following you. But first we need to deal with the spirit of your mother. Let's release her.
Goodbye. I love you so much. You're in my heart forever. Forgive me. Forgive me. Please forgive me if you can. I love you.
We've got to go.
I see the building where you live, and right next to it, there's the girl with white hair and frosty eyelashes. Oh my God, she's over there.
I can't walk. Honestly, I can't walk. My legs feel like iron. My each leg feels like it weighs 50 kilograms. I can't even lift it.
My God, your legs seem to be frozen solid. It's horrible. Guys, she's paralyzed. Someone help carry Alina to the van.
One of the cameramen lifts Alina in his arms. She can't walk. The situation is extremely tense.
My God.
The icy entity has appeared again. She's here and she wants you dead. My God, it's so horrible.
The clairvoyance whispered something for a long time. Finally, Alina feels a bit better, and everyone heads to her home.
The heaviness is gone, but the cold won't go.
Pull over. Pull over.
Someone unwell?
That way.
What happened?
I say, quick, pull over.
She saw something. Anna, where are you going?
Everyone is shocked. What is Anna Galliers feeling, and where is she going?
She's calling me, repeating, I wasn't always like this.
The psychic doesn't stop. and keeps running into the woods as fast as she can. Before the investigation began, Anna Galliers mentioned a vision, after which she mysteriously ended up in the forest, and now she's rushing there again.
Watch out, there's a river there.
She's calling me again. She's standing right in front of me. The young woman's spirit, the white eyelashes and the glassy look. She points at you, Alina, and calls you a traitor.
Everyone is shocked. Who is the clairvoyant talking about? What do her words mean?
This girl walks through the forest, constantly repeating your name. Did you abandon her?
We hung out together at a local club, and then we took a taxi home and she stayed behind. Then she walked to my place. She walked through the forest and froze. I had a friend who died. She froze in the forest while walking to my home.
She ended up in the forest because of you, Alina. You left her in some place, but why? Because I hear you say, let's go together. You can stay at mine, right?
Yes, I understand. We were supposed to go together, but we left in the taxi and she stayed there alone.
And she didn't know what to do because she had no money, so she had to walk through the forest on foot. And she got lost.
It happened 4.5 years ago. Alina's friend was found right at this spot where the clairvoyant is now standing. The young woman was dead.
They found her with her eyes open, and there was fear on her face. I can't imagine what she went through. When I found out, I sat motionless for 3 days, looking at her photo and weeping.
You left her alone despite you told her you'd take her home with you.
The young woman lived 100 kilometers from here. She came to visit Alina. In the evening, they gathered a party of friends and went to a nightclub.
They partied and then left her alone. They all took a taxi and she left the nightclub on foot in winter and walked through the forest. She froze, and they found her the next day.
At that time, Alina was in a relationship. Enthralled by her feelings, she completely forgot about her friend and went home with her boyfriend. She had no idea that her carelessness would be fatal for her friend.
She considers you a traitor. She hated you for abandoning her. And it was after her death that everything went wrong for you.
Alina recalls that the very next morning after her friend's funeral, she couldn't swallow a single piece of food.
Her spirit is bound to you, seeking revenge, and you can only detach it by yourself. Visit her grave and ask her for forgiveness. She will hear you.
This is very good.
The Widow's Street. A mystical force takes away beloved husbands from women. Who awakened the otherworldly killer? And for what sins is he punishing these people? In this episode, the psychics will challenge an unknown mystical force that has taken the two closest people of Tetiana Kapitsa from Ukraine. The woman wrote about it in the letter she sent us.
Some evil spirit with mutilated face lives in my house. It has killed my husband and son. I'm next. Help me.
It all started after the family bought the house. Nobody could even think the house would become a deadly trap.
The house was quite old-fashioned, and its price suited us perfectly. We even had some money left to have it renovated.
However, several days after the family moved in, while her daughter was at school and her husband and son were at work, Tetiana saw the silhouette with the mutilated face. It suddenly appeared at the door.
I was standing in front of the mirror applying makeup when I saw a female silhouette. I closed my eyes, but when I opened them, it was gone.
After that, Tetiana's son Victor saw the creepy silhouette in the house. The spirit's face was covered with scars. It disappeared as unexpectedly as it had appeared, and the next day, the young man went to his work at the store and vanished without a trace.
I work at a pension fund. The store he worked at is next door. I knew it was his shift, so I went there, but they told me he was absent.
Friends, relatives, and the police. Everybody searched for Victor, but couldn't find him anywhere. Tetiana thought she would never see her son alive. Nevertheless, 8 months later, he suddenly came home.
He came on August 30th. I was so happy to see him because he was my child.
The 25-year-old man couldn't explain what had happened to him or where he had been. The mother thought Victor had suffered partial memory loss.
I thought he needed to spend some time at the hospital to be all right again.
But the next morning, the mother was informed that her son's heart had stopped all of a sudden.
They called me and said, "We are sorry, but your son is dead." I wanted to tell him how much I loved him. There were many things I wanted to tell him.
Sometime later, Tetiana's husband, an absolutely healthy man, died suddenly.
I went to the kitchen and saw him sitting and trying to stand up. Then he fell and started rasping. It was terrible, and then I realized he was dead.
The man's heart also stopped.
I don't know what to compare this feeling to. I understand he's not here, but I can't believe it. And then Valeria came running. She'd heard it too, and she said, "Mom, call an ambulance." And I wanted to tell her the ambulance wouldn't help.
Not long before his death, the man confessed to his wife that, like their son, he also constantly felt somebody's presence next to him and had seen a shadow of a terrifying man.
He feared. He felt he could die.
The woman is certain that some kind of otherworldly force with the mutilated face has taken her family members, and it was it that turned their home into a horror house.
When I lie in bed at night, and it's dark and quiet in the house, I hear footsteps in the attic. It's terrifying. It's really terrifying.
Tetiana and her daughter have no money to move somewhere else, and people refuse to buy the house in which 2 men died under mysterious circumstances. The woman is afraid that the evil force will take her to the other world next.
If something happens to me, Valeria will have to live in an orphanage. I beg the psychics to help me to sort out what is going on here.
The strongest psychics of the project, Jana Shulakova and Rubina Tsibulska, answered the woman's request for help.
I had a very strange dream. There was a great lake, a valley, and a little pathway. My late grandmother was standing on it. She said, "Find the head and stop the death."
I'm going to work with my mirror. A woman kneeled on the ground, holding a young man in her arms. He's holding his hands to his heart and dying. I hear her shout, "He's been killed!" And next to her, I see the silhouette with the mutilated face, holding a wedge.
It sounds like the killing of a vampire. But what connection does it have with Tetiana and her family?
I don't know. But this spirit with the mutilated face is very aggressive and dangerous. Ah! Oh God.
What a terrible thing. The huge chandelier almost killed Rubina Tsibulska.
The spirit did it. The one holding the wedge. Look.
We must be very careful today.
The psychics went to Tetiana's. The woman greets the psychics together with her daughter, Valeria. Their friends and neighbors are also here to support them.
Hello? Hello.
Thank you so much for coming. We need your help badly.
Could we please see the yard?
Sure. Come on in.
I see some kind of spirit from the other world go through this gate. It looks like somebody's silhouette. Did you see it?
Yes. The gate opens itself. Some force opens the gate. Say, when I wish to go outside, the door opens.
It's very heavy.
Yes, it's sound. It can't be wind.
And the steps, the noises, and you see somebody walk.
Yes, it did happen. I had a feeling as if someone were breathing behind me, like they were following me. It really happened.
Give me your hand. When I touched Tatiana's hand, I suddenly saw her son's spirit behind her. Your son is standing behind you.
Yes, I feel him. I felt warmth when he put his hand on my shoulder. It was glorious.
He says, "Mom, I miss you too."
Victor, son, I love you and miss you so much.
I asked Victor what was the spirit with the mutilated face that had taken him to the other world and why it had done it. And he showed me a woman. She was hysterically shouting out something, like a curse or something.
Suddenly, Rubina Cybulska started running somewhere.
Rubina, wait.
His spirit entered this gate. People?
There seems to be nobody there. It's locked.
The locals say a woman named Hannah lives here. Tatiana bought the house she lives in from her, and before that, Ole, the neighbor's son, had lived in it. After the man got married, he moved to the town, and his mother sold the house. But why did the spirit bring the psychics here?
Do you know the people who live here?
Yes, we bought the house from them.
I see a man. He's standing at the door and holding his hands to his heart.
Who died here?
Uncle Kolya, the owner.
Is your neighbor a widow, too?
Yes, Aunt Hannah is a widow.
What was the cause of the owner's death?
The heart.
It turned out the neighbor's husband died in 2010. He went to bed at night and never woke up. The doctors concluded that his heart had suddenly stopped.
2 men there, 1 man here, and all because of their hearts.
Could it be connected with the land on which both houses stand?
It's connected to a woman. She's dark-haired and dark-eyed, and she looks like a gypsy.
Ole is Ukrainian, but his wife is a gypsy.
Ole is your neighbor's son, and his wife is a gypsy. Did I get it right?
Yes.
There was something in this family that caused a great scandal.
Well, it was really so, but I don't think I have the right to tell you this.
Off the record, Tatiana confessed that after she bought the house, her neighbor's son left his wife and returned to his parents, while his ex-wife stayed in the town.
It was a great row, and I feel that the situation isn't over yet. There have been offenses and scandals here.
The locals told us that Ole's ex-wife often came to her mother-in-law and her ex-husband's house, shouting and cursing. Did the abandoned woman want to take revenge on him, but didn't know the house had been sold? Did this woman's relatives become accidental victims of the war between the ex-spouses?
This evil force is seen not only by the people who live in this area.
I saw a shadow pass by the window. Once, and then a couple of minutes later was the second time. I wasn't the only one who saw it, but another girl saw it too.
What's that girl's name?
Yana.
Hold on a second, did you lose your father?
It'll be a year on the 17th.
Did he die the same way, suddenly?
Yes, my father died because of his heart. A blood clot broke off.
Another man from your family is dying on the grave.
It's Dad's brother, my uncle. 2 days ago was 6 months since his death.
Did he also die because of the heart?
Yes.
This is incredible. Within just a year, the girl lost 2 men from her family. Her uncle had a heart attack on his brother's grave.
I feel this girl's father and uncle were killed by the same supernatural force as the one that took the lives of Tatiana's husband and son and her neighbor's husband. But the girl lives on the opposite end of the street, and she couldn't be connected with the houses of these women. As such, the problem definitely wasn't in the gypsy woman's curse. Jana, what happened?
At some point, I felt powerful anguish, but I couldn't understand who was emanating it. When I turned around, I suddenly saw a woman. There's a man spirit behind you. You don't live, you exist. You loved him a lot, but he left. He left you unexpectedly.
This woman's name is Yulia, and she's also a widow. Her husband, Pavlo, also died abruptly because his heart stopped.
He came back home in the morning after the night shift and went to bed. At 3:45, I found him dead. It was very hard.
After her beloved husband died, the woman has been raising 2 children, a daughter, Valeria, and a son, Dimitro, all alone.
You see him often, very often. You live in a dream.
I live in a dream with him, as if we're still living together. He comes back home from work and plays with the kids. He wanted a 3rd child a lot, so in my dream, we have the 3rd child. It's like living 2 lives. One is in a dream, and the other is in reality.
Pavlo was under 40. Yulia was devastated by the man's mysterious passing. The woman only lives with one thought on her mind. Why did her children's father, who never had any problems with his health, die so suddenly?
He never complained about his heart and never had any ailments. He had medical checkups at work, and he was completely healthy.
Give me your hand. In the dream, he's trying to warn you that your son may die next. Your son sees and feels a threat. There's fear.
Dimitro confessed to his mother that, like his father did before his death, he sees a strange shadow in the house. Afraid that she could lose her son, the woman sent him to live with his grandmother.
He fears to sleep and stay here. He hears rapping on the windows, walking, and some unexplained noises, though it's all quiet in the room.
I was shocked. A spirit emerged behind almost every woman around me.
How many widows live in this street?
There were 20 of us, in almost every house.
It's impossible to even comprehend. There's a widow living in almost every house.
After another funeral, you think involuntarily who else has stayed and who is going to be next.
We want peaceful lives.
Almost all the female residents of the street have gathered around the psychics. They spent 2 hours telling the psychics about their husbands, who died abruptly.
This is impossible. A widow, a widow, a widow, a widow. Your street is flooded with tears. Almost every woman around us was a widow, and those who hadn't lost their husbands yet had buried their brothers or fathers. The evil spirit with the mutilated face hunted men only.
What should we do? Please help us.
Suddenly, Rubina Cybulska went to the end of the street and found a glade.
My God, I hear moaning. It sounds like it's coming from the underground. It's necrotic energy, it's like a calling. I asked the locals to excavate the spot. I needed to understand where the call for help was coming from.
A skull. A skull.
Don't touch it.
Dear God.
The spirit might be highly aggressive.
We went to a safe distance to tune in and understand who that dead man whose skull we'd found was.
I had a feeling as if I were falling into a grave. Then the spirits of men began emerging around us. They were all thin and exhausted. Like zombies.
What kind of place is this?
There used to be Palermo here. They sold drugs here.
It turned out that this street used to be notorious throughout the Soviet Union. Back then, there was one of the biggest spots for the production and sale of drugs in it. This place was even called Palermo, after a famous TV show about Italian drug cartels.
The trade was thriving. Huge crowds frequented here. People came here on crutches and even rolling each other on wheelchairs.
The street's current residents began settling here in the mid-90s. Prior to it, most houses were occupied by drug dealers. Addicts from everywhere arrived here for the drugs.
They looked terrible. They were real zombies. They indeed were like living dead. They took out the bodies of dead addicts, corpses, twice a week. It happened all the time. They died everywhere.
Who sold the drugs? Why do I only see women?
The women did it.
Oh my God, it's so awful.
It turned out that all of it is terrible truth. The men were in charge of delivering the drugs, while the women made and sold them.
The women made and sold the drugs.
The people are still shocked that, for 10 years straight, the law enforcers didn't even try to close Palermo down. It turned out that the addicts' bodies weren't only found along the street, but also in the local pond, which has dried out with time, becoming a field. This is precisely where the psychics are standing right now.
How old were we? 9 or 10, probably? We ran around all the local water bodies and reeds. We saw people lying face down in the water and understood they weren't alive. I, personally, found 2 bodies.
There were plenty of them half dead. In the pond, in the ravine over there, anywhere. I'm only talking about those who were found, and how many weren't found. This dead pond, I'm certain there are lots of them in it.
So this is the lake I saw in my dream. And this is the head my grandma was talking about. The otherworldly force with the wedge in its hands appeared here. What kind of entity is it? And why is it killing men only?
Do you remember I told you about a woman crying over a man? A woman kneeled on the ground, holding a young man in her arms. He's dying in front of her. I hear her shouting that he's been killed. It happened right at this place.
Yes.
It turned out that the people remember a story of a woman who brought her drug-addicted husband here because she couldn't see his torments anymore.
She brought her husband here so he could get his drugs and feel better, and he died in her arms.
This woman understood she couldn't save her addicted husband from death. She came with him here to at least know where he died and to bury him. And the moment his heart stopped, I hear her scream. I wish you all to stay widows here and know what it means to bury the men you love.
Her words became a curse. Every woman who came to live on this street lost the men she loved.
Help us. Help us, please. Impose protection on this village.
First of all, we needed to lure the entity there, and then close it down through the women's prayers.
Zhana Shulikova asked the local women to help her make the fire for the ritual, and she strictly forbade the men to approach it.
The fire must burn out completely. With it, the curse that killed the people will burn out too.
Thank you so much from all of us.
It's unbelievable what consequences the old crimes of the drug dealers have led this small village to. There is a saying that you have to pay for everything in life, and they say it for a reason. But the worst thing is that the price must be paid not only by those who did the cruel things or stayed indifferent to them. Often, perfectly innocent people pay it too.